Hello and welcome to Piston.my. I'm Keshi Dillon, and in this episode I want to talk to you about this car, the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo. Just earlier this year, Porsche Malaysia had introduced the standard Taycan sedan. Now, however, they've introduced the Cross Turismo. What's the Cross Turismo? Well, it offers more space, offers more ground clearance, but it offers the same amount of power. I didn't get a chance to drive the Taycan back then. The car was introduced in Sepang. However, I had a very special guest to do the driving for me. That was none other than multiple-time rally champion Karamjit Singh.
And this is a very good example of an awesome electric car. It's very fast, it handles well, it stops well, and it's a Porsche, so
Well, the turbo model is fantastic. The acceleration, you can feel the G-force. I think you have a video of it. You actually go back and it's basically there's no drama. It accelerates very fast in a straight line. It's not twitching or anything like that. I would say it's an easy car to drive.
So what's different compared to the Taycan sedan and the Cross Turismo? Well, the Cross Turismo is higher and it gives you more headroom. The magic happens here. Obviously, the sedan swoops down, but with the Cross Turismo, the body shape gives you more headroom, up to 47 millimeters more headroom, and it gives you more luggage space. I'll show you. So with the Taycan, all you got to do is press this button here, and this has an enormous amount of luggage space over here. But this is not the only luggage space. In fact, it gives you more luggage space up front, because don't forget, it's an electric car. There's no engine to deal with. I'll show you. An conventional car requires an unconventional way to open the bonnet. How do you open the bonnet? Press this button here. Feel the vibration in the tip of your fingers. Press this. That's how you open the bonnet. But then, after that, you still go down to the old school way. There's still a lever over here. Push that up. And you get a decent sized boot space up front here. Good enough for your weekend getaway, actually. So I'm about 6 feet tall, right? I get quite a generous amount of headroom over here and knee space. It feels a bit tight. Don't forget, this is, after all, a Porsche, a performance-oriented Porsche. The top-of-the-line Taycan can do the 0 to 100 sprint in a little over 2 seconds. There's so much content out there showing how amazing this car is. It's actually one of the fastest accelerating car ever made. And the fact that it comes with this much space is amazing. You could really get comfortable over here, and you even get 2 cup holders. A performance car with space and cup holders. Amazing or what? Well, this car features sensors everywhere. Even the door handle, as conventional as it may look, is actually electrically powered. All you gotta do is pull here and push. So this is usually a very hydraulic, very how do I say this? Now this is usually a mechanically powered mechanism, right? But not with this. It's electronically powered. The difference between the Taycan Cross Turismo and the sedan from behind the driver's seat, it's actually not much. I haven't really driven this car, so I can't tell you exactly how it feels. But Karamjit had a lot to say about this. In fact, he had a really good time. From the driver's seat though, everything is basic. In fact, the gear lever is located here. P, you just got to press this button. R, you just got to move this lever. D, likewise. Over here, it's nothingness. And even the air conditioning, you can't adjust the air conditioning. Everything is done from the screen over here. Everything that you press, you'll feel a little vibration at your fingertips. So everything about your navigation, your music, your phone calls, your air conditioning settings, everything is from this screen over here, which is of course reflected on this massive screen over here. So what really is the difference between the Cross Turismo and the sedan? Well, besides the body style, there's also the difference about the ground clearance. So besides having more headroom and more luggage space, there's also more ground clearance. As compared to the standard Taycan, the Cross Turismo gives you 20mm more ground clearance. If you choose the off-road package though, you get 10mm more for a total of 30mm more ground clearance. So this is practically your go anywhere type of electric car. So what about the price, power figures, as well as the battery range? Ladies and gentlemen, Classroom is in session. So there are 3 versions of the Taycan that is available over here in Malaysia. There's the Taycan, the top of the line, Taycan Turbo Cross Turismo. There's the Taycan 4S Cross Turismo, and what we saw earlier was the 4S Cross Turismo. However, there's also a more basic variant that is available, is the Taycan 4 Cross Turismo. Prices start at a little above 645,209. But if you have a little bit more to spend, you can choose the 4S Cross Turismo, which is priced at a little under 730,000 ringgit. However, the top of the line model, which is the Go Faster model, is priced at 968,928. Okay. In terms of power though, this is where it gets interesting. On standard battery though, the Turbo Cross Turismo gives you 625 PS, which is about 622 horsepower. 4S gives you about 490, about 487 horsepower. The standard Taycan 4 gives you about 380 PS, which is roughly about 377 horsepower. However, if you do opt for the optional overboost performance battery with launch control, it's where things take a different approach. You get up to 60 PS more, 680 PS for the Taycan Turbo Cross Turismo. You get 571 PS for the 4S Cross Turismo. The Taycan 4 Cross Turismo gets 476 PS. Remember, with an electric car, the problem is not creating power, it's managing power. That is a lot of power, and this allows the Taycan to accelerate from 0 to 100 in just 5.1 seconds for the Taycan 4, whereas the Taycan 4S does it in 4.1 seconds. The Taycan Turbo does it in 3.3 seconds. If you've got deeper pockets, speak to Porsche Malaysia and get the Taycan Turbo S, because that does it in a little over 2 seconds. That's the most amazing part. VMAX, see, Porsche is so amazing when it comes to performance. They don't even refer to top speed anymore. They simply call it VMAX, that is velocity, maximum velocity. So the Taycan Turbo does it in 250 kilometers per hour. That's where it maxes out. Limited, of course. Taycan 4S does it in 240. Taycan 4 does it in 220 kilometers per hour. That is amazing for an electric car. Imagine just about 15 years ago, there was no such topic. But the thing about electric cars though, is the range, okay? All of us have range anxiety. We are all worried about when our phones are going to run out of battery, when our laptops are going to run out of battery. With an electric car, we'll all be worried about the next charging point. But with the Taycan though, the range for the Taycan Turbo, the maximum range you can get is 452 kilometers, which is amazing, right? And the same for the Taycan 4S, where else the Taycan 4 will give you 456 kilometers, which is roughly about KL to Penang. So you could literally drive from Porsche Center here in Arah Damansara to Porsche Center in Penang and charge it up. And they have the fast charger, so you can do it I think in about maximum time of 5 hours for a full charge. But even if you opt to just charge it for an hour, I think you can get about up to 150 to 200 kilometer range, which is great and more than enough to take you back home, unless you're driving back to KL. So you do have to opt for the full charge. But the thing about buying a Porsche, brand new Porsche of course, is that everything about it is customizable. Porsche calls it exclusive manufacture. This is the exterior colors. This is all the colors that you can have your Porsche in. And this is the interior specifications that you can have. This is of course for the dashboard. These are the seats. You can have your seat in different leather trimming. Even the stitching can be different. Everything about the interior of the Porsche is customizable. And then you get to The seat belts, different colors. If you want a Porsche emblem in your headrest, no issue. Money is the only limit to your imagination. Even the gear selectors, heck, even the key, you can have it in any color that you want. How amazing is that? So that's that about the brand new Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo. Available right now in Malaysia for little, with prices starting for little above 645,000 ringgit for the base Taycan 4. If you like what you see here today, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I reserve my final judgment of the Cross Turismo when I get to drive it. For now though, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That will be very helpful for us to continue bringing more such content. Thank you for watching.